Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is a Strv S1. It's a Swedish Tier 8 premium tank destroyer, and it's located on the south spawn of Ensk, and it's under the command of Born Confused. I don't understand that one, but anyway. Battle has started. Well, the Strv S1 is one of the prototypes that was first built to test the concept of a tank destroyer, which was aimed by use of its suspension. Of course, that led to the development and production of the Strv 103B, which is the Tier 10 version of the Swedish tank destroyer. And you can see he's going out onto the field, and he's about to engage the enemy out here. Now, it's armed with a 105mm gun. It's got penetration of 288, so most things it aims at it can penetrate, and alpha damage of 390. We've got a couple of targets ahead, a Jackson and a Jagdpanther and a Type 64. Looks like we're going to go for the Jackson. No, can't get a shot on either of those two. They're below the gun, ground depression, I think. Oh, no, get the Jagdpanther. Went in through the side, we're pulling back below the ridge line. We can now see some of those tanks, so maybe we can get some shots into them. Looking round. Now he's going to third person view because it does help to spot which one you need to aim at next. That Achilles has moved a little further forward than we like. Let's bring up the mini-map a bit so we can see what's going on in the battle. Well, the scores are even at the moment, so looks like most of the enemy are hiding at the back of the map, and we're looking towards the railway lines for a target. There's a Tiger 1 there, moving down the railway lines, getting rather too close to our cap area. I wonder if we're going to relocate to try and take on that Tiger. We can't get a shot on him at the moment, but note there's two tanks engaging the Tiger at the moment. In fact, there's about to be three. I think they're all congregating around him. The T-34 on a 840 ton. And note that didn't do anything, unfortunately. Looks like the E-25 is going down towards the buildings. Oh, there's the Jagdpanther. Get a shot. Oh no, we didn't get a hit. I think the building was in the way. That Tiger is gone now. He's been wiped out, but we can just get the corner of the Jagdpanther. And yes, we take him out the game with one shot. That was well, he only had 270 hit points left. There's the E-25. Unfortunately, he's behind the building at the moment. Can we get a shot? No. He's getting closer though. He's headed this way. There he is. Oh, lovely round. It's a high roll. 537 was a high roll. And that really helped now, because that means we've got the field, apart from the Jackson towards the north, and I don't think he's going to last very long. Our E-25 is going up to kill him, but the enemy's been doing well in the town, and we've only got two tanks left in there, and they're KV-2s. So I think what we're going to do is relocate to the back of the map and see if we can take out the enemy when they start trying to cap. Not what I'd recommend, but I think that's what he's up to. He's setting up a little nest here with all the trees around him to give him cover, but it's not going to allow him to use the bush mechanic. Well, they've only one tank down at the moment. He's knocking down some of the buildings. Oh, T-34-85 has just gone into the cap area. Locked on, and he's not going to fire yet. Well, that T-34-85 is headed this way. So it looks like he's going to get in close engagement with a medium tank any second. There he is. Oh yes, tracked him. That's held him stationary. Now we've auto, going for the lower plate, and oh no, we went to the ammo rack and blew him up. Blew his turret off. 720 hit points with one shot. No, he tries to get the Progetto, but the Progetto, he didn't aim ahead of it. The gun on the 105 is actually fairly accurate in terms of if you pointed it at something, you'll go straight in. But in targets which are moving like that, you do need to lead the target just slightly to get it right. The lever gets that one in. Yep, and he did. He didn't have to lead that much, but it actually went in, I think, through the engine bay. Ah, Progetto's come back. He's headed south. He's going through the factory this time. I think he realises that the targets that he's after, which are of course the IKV and Born Confused in his Strv, because they're the last two alive on their team, are in this corner of the map. So they're going to take them on. They're going to have to come undercover to get here. Otherwise they're going to get hammered. There's the IKV. Oh, that missed! He was going for the tracks. He wanted to track him and then take him out, but our IKV put around into the enemies, and we get the kill shot. But we're bouncing rounds from the Progetto, which is very good. Yeah, can we get another round into him? No, he's hiding behind the buildings. He's waiting for his reload. Oh, yes! That went into the engine bay, I think. Was it the Progetto or was the IS? It was the IS, actually. The IS didn't realise he was in full view. They realise now where he is, so obviously they're going to take precautions, but there's no way to approach this corner without being seen, so it really is going to be very difficult for them. And the Progetto takes him round, and it's a low roll, but he's almost reloaded, and oh, it's not enough, and he has taken around from the Progetto this time. Aiming for the IS-2, puts a big round in for 429, overmatching the hull. Normally a shell would bounce, and this, of course, it's of a specific caliber, and of course the IS-2 has got a 122mm gun, so he can overmatch the armour. Even at the angle, he'll just go straight through, it won't bounce. For the Progetto, it's a little more difficult. Progetto's got a 90mm gun, if I remember correctly. Well, somebody's decided to cap, and since there's only 2 enemy left on the team, I have to conclude that that's probably the Progetto, because I don't think the IS-2 would have gone to the cap, mainly because he's got a gun that can actually overmatch Born Confused hull. Now, Born Confused lost his teammates in the IKV whilst we were actually watching what was going on. And I just noticed that Bert the Derp was in this battle. He was in the IKV. In fact, he was in that IKV. And I wasn't watching the names. If you don't know, Bert the Derp is a member of What Arty Noobs, and he's also in my clan, would you believe it? Now, we're slowly approaching the cap area. He's allowing the cap to build up. Is he going to get a sight before? He might have to drive in straight away and quickly get a kill. Oh, there's the IKV. IS, sorry, not IKV. And he takes out the IS-2 with one shot. 200 hit points. Now he can directly go after that Progetto and wipe him out. There aren't many places he can be. There he is. Okay, now he's going to have to... takes 2 rounds. And then he takes out the Progetto to win the game. And that's it. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats for this one. It's a first class tanker for Born Confused in the Strv S1. He also got a demolition expert because he blew up one of the tanks. That was the T-3485. Literally blew the turret clean off. In fact, there was a bit of debris from that tank arcing through the air some distance. He also got a duelist for taking down 2 tanks that did damage to him during the battle, both the IS-2 and the Progetto, and a fire for effect for dealing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly, would you believe it, luckily enough. A high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, a top gun for getting at least 6 kills, and the defender for getting at least 70 defense points in the cap. In fact, actually, I didn't notice that he got the top gun because I was so focused on whether or not he would actually take down that last enemy tank, the Progetto, but he did pick it up. So let's have a look at the team score. Well, 3,800 hit points of damage. That's the High Calibre, the highest damage on the team. In fact, actually, the next highest scorer is the Loretto 40 ton. He managed 3,011, and the highest scorer on the enemy team is the Progetto 46 with 3,000. But the Derp, where is he? Let's have a look. Must be down here somewhere. There he is. It's a little further down. He managed to get 456 hit points of damage. He didn't get any kills, but he was very helpful to Born Confused in the latter stages of that game, because if he had been there all on his own, it would have been very difficult to fend off multiple targets coming at him all at once. So it's very helpful that he was able to take out that IKV for Born Confused. Or if it actually helped by hitting the IKV, rather. It was Born Confused who took out the IKV. When it came to kills, yes, Born Confused managed to get 6. Next highest scorer was the Loretto 40 ton. He managed 4. So did the Progetto 46. And when it came to base XP, again, Born Confused managed to get the highest amount with 1,050. Then came the Loretto 40T with 998. And then the SU100 with 731. But, well, he came down with 503 base experience points down there. But again, very helpful. Let's have a look at the detail report. Well, he fired 19 shots during that battle. He got 12 direct hits, 11 penetrations. It is fairly good at penetrating if you do hit the target, but it can actually be difficult to handle sometimes if you don't pick the right spot. And on occasion, I think some of his shots did go a bit wide of the target, or at least they bounced. He did damage of 3,800 hit points, and 1,059 of that was at more than 300 meters, and some of those shots were the ones that he fired at the other end of the map towards the north. He received 7 hits, 5 of them were penetrations, 2 non-penetrations. That angled armor, well, it doesn't really work if the gun is going to overmatch it, and unfortunately I think the Progetto and the Strv and the IS-2 were both able to overmatch the hull armor and get the shots in. He blocked damage of 480. He spotted 1 enemy vehicle, damaged 7 of the enemy, killed 6 of them, and he managed to get 96 defense points when he took out the Progetto. On a premium count, he earned 103,457 credits, and after repair and ammunition resupply, he earned 75,807 credits. He picked up 5 bonds for the medals he managed to get, the Top Gun, the High Calibre, and the Defender, and he also earned 1,575 XP plus 158 XP for being in a premium vehicle, bringing up a total of 1,733 experience points altogether. So yes, the Strv S1, I do have one myself. I do enjoy it. It's quite good. This was an exceptional battle because the win rate was 7125. He did extremely well to survive in that corner all alone at the end of the battle, but it did really help that he had the Derp covering his side whilst that IKV was on the way and trying to assault, because that IKV could have been very, very nasty to him if he hadn't been able to stop him in time. But yeah, great little battle. So Strv did carry. If you don't have a Strv, do consider getting them. They are really good at earning credits, as this battle showed. I mean, the fact that he managed to make 75,000 credits, and that's without actually using a booster. If he'd used a booster as well, I think you would have seen a lot more credits, possibly over 100,000 credits for one game. So it's definitely worth having in your garage. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.